Happy day, children. Welcome to the next session of the lesson Air and Water. Having discussed about what are soluble and insoluble impurities, let's learn about the different methods to remove the impurities in water in this session. Removing insoluble impurities. Water present in nature often contains insoluble impurities like soil, twigs, and animal excreta, which makes it unclean and unfit for use. Sedimentation is a method of removing such impurities in an easy manner. If a mixture of soil and water is stirred and left undisturbed for a few hours, soil starts settling at the bottom of the vessel. It is only when water is clear the process of sedimentation is complete. Solid impurities settle down at the bottom and are called as sediments. Water that collects over the impurities formed during sedimentation can be separated by draining it into another beaker by decantation. The process of draining off the partially clear liquid after sedimentation is called decantation. Filtration. The simplest example of removing insoluble impurities by filtration is when we strain the tea into a cup using tea strainer. Filtration is the process of separating insoluble impurities from water using fine cloth, filter paper, or plastic or steel strainer. Impure water is poured into a funnel lined on the inside with a filter paper or fine cloth. The clean water passes through the filter paper, leaving all the insoluble impurities behind in the filter paper and is collected in a jar kept below the funnel. The filtered water does not contain any insoluble impurities and is called filtrate. The insoluble impurities left in the filter paper is called residue. Boiling the filtrate kills the microscopic impurities in it, such as germs and microbes. Removing soluble impurities. Water dissolves many things. Evaporation and distillation are two methods to separate soluble impurities. Evaporation. Soluble impurities can be separated by heating the water. When all the water gets evaporated, we get the impurities back. The process of separating soluble impurities in water by heating is called evaporation. Here, the water is converted into water vapor. Distillation. Distillation is a good method to purify water. In this method, we can also collect the vapor and change it back to water by cooling. In this picture, you can see salt water is heated in a flask. The water slowly evaporates due to heat. These water vapors, when cooled, gives pure water with salt left behind in the flask. Purifying drinking water. When water is boiled, the germs in it are killed. Boiled water must be stored in clean containers. It is advisable to boil water always for drinking purposes. Chlorination. It is an useful and practical way to resolve variety of water quality problems. Chlorine used in chlorination is a very good disinfectant. It has proven effective against bacteria and viruses. However, it cannot inactivate microbes like protozoa. Fresh water from various sources contain disease-causing germs and impurities. Large-scale water purification is done before it reaches our home. So let's see the journey of water before it reaches our home. Fresh water from various sources are taken to water treatment plants for purification. In the first stage of purification, water is pumped and stored in large sedimentation tank. Alum is used, which forces tiny particles to settle down quickly. In the second stage, water is carried from sedimentation tank to filtration tank. Here, water is passed through beds of charcoal, sand, and gravel. Water thus obtained is free from many suspended impurities. In the third stage of purification, the water is taken to the aeration tank. Air is passed through the filtered water in the reservoir by a pump. The circulation of air reduces odor-causing substances. The process of passing air through the filtered water is called aeration. In the next stage, disinfectant like chlorine is added to destroy disease-causing organisms in water. Now, the water is purified and ready to drink. This water is stored in storage tanks and supplied in towns through the underground pipes. Thus, water undergoes various processes before reaching our homes. To make our tap water extra safe, we can use methods like filtration and boiling, which makes purification of water more simpler. Hence, children, air and water are the very most important necessities in our life. So let's make sure that we don't pollute them and save water and leave them as we get it from nature for the forthcoming generations. Thank you.